Hey folks, I just wanted to record another little video blog here, and this is actually on the using my new Sony CyberShot H55. Just wanted to explain maybe a little bit the process that I went through in choosing a camera. The one that I was looking at was maybe more, I went to Best Buy today just to look at what they had there, looking at prices and different things. Really, I've kind of settled really between Sony and Canon. I've used Canons before, and I think Canon has some really good compact digital cameras. I don't really know much about any other manufacturers, and both of my parents have Sonys. I use a Sony SLR. I do like Sony cameras. I do like Sony products. I have a PlayStation 3. Sorry, I just like Sony. I know a lot of people hate Sony. The other camera that I was really looking at was the HX5V, which is actually almost completely identical to the camera that I bought, the H55. It just adds some other functions. It has, I think, the same exact lens. It adds GPS. It actually adds the handheld twilight shot, which this one doesn't have. I was wrong about that. This doesn't have the handheld twilight. It does have a twilight scene mode, but it doesn't have a handheld twilight mode. It has a more advanced panorama sweep. It does AVC HD video. It has lower megapixels. It only has 10.2 megapixels, but it is one of the Exmor R sensors, which is the backlit CMOS sensor. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what a backlit CMOS sensor means, most image sensors are kind of like your retina, where the image sensors are actually, what actually does the sensing is behind a bunch of wiring. Basically your eye, all the nerves that connect back from your actual image sensing cells and blood vessels are on the outside, or face the outside of your eye, and all the actual image sensing stuff is behind that. It's actually the same way on CMOS sensors, where the actual image sensing is done behind all of that stuff, a lot of wiring. So backlit ones, basically they flip that over. I'm not exactly sure why they haven't been doing that before, but that's that. The HX5V also adds stereo mic. It's got I think a 10 frame per second burst mode. It has a direct movie button. It has some other functions that are a little bit more advanced. But it's also, what, almost $100 more, actually more than $100 more. It also, I think I already mentioned that it adds GPS and has a compass. It has a bunch of other really advanced features in basically the exact same package. I'm not sure if it was really necessary. It has, I'm sure it's a really great camera. I mean, it does the GPS, it does a lot of really neat things. But at the same time, do I really need these things? Is it worth that other $100 for a camera that's not my main camera? This is my main camera. This is the one that I do stuff with. So I care a little bit more about putting more money into this, and I think I'd rather have that $100 and some to put into either my SLR or into this video camera. And actually, I spent almost $100 the other day buying video editing software and a wide angle adapter for this, so I think that kind of compensates for it. So that's that. Just talking about that. I really like the Sony sort of style of the different automatic modes, the different scene modes and things like that, because I think they have a few, maybe I haven't looked at it, maybe some other people do have some very similar things, but I've heard a lot of praise for the Sony versions of it, and so that's ultimately why I went with it. And I was able to pick up this camera in the store for the same price that it sold online. I had to pay tax on it, but I think it's going to work out really well for me. So that's that. I'll stop talking about cameras now and get on with the day, and hopefully you can enjoy the rest of the day too. Alright, see you later.